What's good, trader homies? It's your boy Kevin, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie, and this is Touchdown Trades. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top penny stock to buy right now. And to better understand why I believe this is the top penny stock in the entire market to buy right now, we need to talk about a simple concept I learned along the way to getting my business degree from Georgia State University in Atlanta and becoming a licensed real estate agent here in Atlanta as well. And that concept is comparables. And what I mean by comparables is if you have a restaurant and you're trying to sell that restaurant, you're not going to compare your numbers, your business fundamentals, your sales, your net cash flow, and your business numbers to a shoe store. You're going to compare it to other restaurants. If you're selling a house in a specific neighborhood, you're not going to compare your house to a house that just sold 3 months ago in a neighborhood 3 hours down the road. You're going to compare it to the same neighborhood you're trying to sell that specific house in. And the same concept applies in the stock market. For example, the EV stock sector has gone insane, and most EV stocks have gone to the moon. But this one penny stock that I'm looking at, this penny stock that I think is the top buy in the entire penny stock world right now, is in the EV sector, and it is trading at a much lower valuation versus its peers and the leaders in the sector. So if Tesla's trading at certain valuation, Nikola, NIO, Workhorse, Helion, all these EV stocks are trading at the moon, and this EV penny stock that I'm in love with is still on planet Earth, we need to jump on this before the spaceship takes off and this company joins its peers trading at a much higher price. All right, guys, this is the top penny stock to buy right now. Let's get it. What is good, my trader homies? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. If you're new to the channel, we talk about the hottest stocks in the market every single day, penny stocks, large caps, and we drop a couple swing trading videos a couple times a week. So if you're into that type of thing, consider subscribing below. Also, check out the link in the description in the pinned comment where you can get a 2-week free trial to our swing trading chat room and alert service. We've been straight killing it in the chat room, so check that out. 2-week risk-free free trial. You don't like it, cancel before the 2 weeks is up and you won't be charged a penny. All right, so let's talk about the top penny stock to buy right now, and that, in my opinion, is Solo, S-O-L-O. Electromechanica is a EV manufacturer, and they have this Solo car that I'm absolutely in love with. And why is that? In order to be a good company, in order to be a profitable company, you have to solve a problem for your consumer. Apple solves a huge problem for their consumer. Your consumer wants a nice smartphone or a nice tablet, laptop, computer. Apple makes that problem go away. Nike, you need nice running shoes. Nike solves that problem. All the greatest companies in the world solve a problem for their customer, and I think Solo, this EV penny stock, is solving a problem that we need to get fixed here in the United States and around the world. So I talked about this Solo in my last video, my top 5 penny stocks right now video, but I'm going to go way more in depth in this video talking about Solo and why I think it is an all green lights buy and why it's going to the moon. So first, we're going to break down what the company does, who is this Solo, what is their product. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the fundamentals, the problem they solve, and why I think this company is going to explode in the near future. And then we'll break down the chart, the technical analysis, and I'll provide my forecast, my prediction, and where I think this stock is headed. All right, so this Electromechanica is an EV manufacturer. They trade under the ticker SOLO, Solo, and why I absolutely love the concept of this company, and I think the potential is unlimited, is this Solo one-seater car that they manufacture. It is a one-seater legit car that only has 3 wheels. So it's like a cross between like a motorcycle and a car. And why I think this company has tons of potential is because of this car. They do manufacture some higher end vehicles, but we're going to be focusing on this one-seater EV car today. So you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, they are taking pre-orders on this Solo with an average, the starting MSRP of only $18,500. So compared to your other EV cars, this is extremely cheap, a very low price point, and you would have to think that it would be cheaper than the others considering that it only has the one seat. Why is this important? The one seat, the smaller footprint, and the smaller vehicle concept is important because this isn't going to be your family car. This isn't going to be the car that your family hops in and drives to the beach in on that 300, 400 mile road trip. This is going to be your commuter car where dad takes the car and drives his short commute to work and then leaves the family car at home for mom and the kids. Every day, like 120 million Americans commute to work, and 90% of them are driving alone. So why do you need a 6-seater car to commute to work when you're driving alone? You're wasting fuel and you're wasting a footprint. You're creating traffic with that bigger footprint, and it's just unnecessary. So there is some concerns here that I want to discuss real quick. The number one concern when I first saw this vehicle is like, can this thing even drive on the highway? Is it going to be fast enough to drive on the major highways? Because you need to be going at least 65, 70 on a big highway or you're going to get ran off the road. And the answer is yes. So this Solo car has a top speed of 80 miles per hour, which is going to be just fine on any highway. You're going 80, you're not going to get ran off the road by anybody. It does have a range of only 100 miles, but that's also fine because according to this study here by the Census Bureau, the average American only drives 16 miles each way on their daily commute. So you have tons of room to spare with this Solo battery power of 100 miles. So if you're only driving 16 miles and you're by yourself, this Solo vehicle makes perfect sense. Here we have a picture of the Solo getting charged up. You park your car at work, and then while you're at work, you could charge it up if your employer has an EV charger station, of course. And it is compatible with most standard EV charging stations, which is also important. If we go down here and look at this graph, it'll show us the amount of money that your average consumer would save in fuel cost and overall cost if they owned a Solo with their daily commute versus owning a regular gas vehicle. So we know that the average daily commute for your average American commuter is going to be 16 miles. So let's up that up to 16 miles. I'm not sure if that accounts for round trip or not, but we'll just leave it at 16. So they got the fuel price set at $1.55. It's higher than that, so we'll put it at $1.80. That's what I'm paying here in Atlanta, like $1.85 right now. So with your average vehicle, you are going to be spending over $1,000 per year on annual fuel cost. With your Solo, you're only spending $75 to charge up your Solo car. Just on gas alone, you're saving $1,000. You're saving that $1,000 just on gas alone. But we got to incorporate how much is your average family spending on that car that's getting wasted by whoever's commuting with it to work, whether mom's commuting with it, dad's commuting with it, little Bambino Joey's going to work with he's going to deliver pizzas, whoever, the kids using the car to go to school, doesn't matter. They're wasting tons of money on fuel cost. But how much is that initial upfront cost of that car? I guarantee you it's not only the $18,000 this Solo cost. Your average Honda Civic nowadays costs what? 30, pretty much 30 off the lot. So not only are you saving on fuel cost, you're also saving on upfront vehicle cost as well. So this article that I found on the New York Times, this article explains my exact reasoning for being bullish on this Solo. 90% of Americans drive alone to work, and they're using car, truck, van, and whatever big gas guzzling multi-seater vehicle they are driving alone. It just doesn't make sense. Solo is not the first company to try to tackle this problem and provide a micro car for the American consumer base. All the other preceding companies have pretty much failed. Fiat has failed. They just sold a little over 6,000 of the Fiat 500s in 2019. Mercedes has pulled their microcar from the US market, their smart car. Toyota pulled their Scion IQ, and many other companies have tried and failed. But this is just leaving a little, all Solo needs is that little niche, that microcar niche, and these other big car companies have already pulled out of that niche, leaving the space for Solo to come in and conquer the problem. Solo already has a manufacturing deal. They're going to be manufacturing this car in China in a motorcycle factory that is capable of producing over 20,000 of these Solo vehicles per year. Stealing a page out of Tesla's playbook, Solo will have retail stores instead of normal car dealership. They have already landed 2 spots in California and LA based shopping malls. These shopping malls have over 24 million visitors alone per year. So not only will they have the online publicity that they're getting now, they also will have storefront retail locations where you can go pick out your cars in California, one of the EV capitals of the world. So the average new price of your passenger vehicle in the United States as of March of 2020 is $35,000. So Solo is costing half that much. It makes so much sense for your daily commuter, for your young teenager, just for so many people. This makes sense. Why would you go spend $35,000 on a 5-seat car when you're just driving 20 miles each way with one person in the car every day? It's a waste of a vehicle. It's a waste of $20,000 in upfront cost, and it's a waste of gas money every single day. Now that we know why I'm so bullish on the company, the thesis behind me loving this Solo car, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about some comparables. We'll compare it to some other EV manufacturers in the industry and see what the market cap looks like and what the potential is for this company. We can see that they're currently trading at a market cap of a valuation of $171 million, which is a tiny micro cap stock. We have other EV stocks that don't even have products yet that are also in developmental stages, such as Solo, like Nikola doesn't even have a product yet. It's trading at a market cap of $13 billion. I like Solo so much better than Nikola because I think Nikola is trying to tackle a problem that's already been solved. Tesla's already there. Your other big car manufacturers are going to be making EV trucks, EV cars. I understand Nikola is also in the class 8, like 18-wheeler trucking game, which is a debate for another day. But I think this Solo has a niche that they can exploit, and they can expand on that and become such a bigger company than this Nikola. And this Nikola's trading at a valuation like 100 times bigger than Solo. That's why I think this Solo has flown under the radar and it is ready to explode and go to the moon. We obviously can't compare Solo to a company like Tesla. Tesla has sales. Tesla's already established, and Tesla is just so much more advanced than a small EV startup like this Solo. But I think we can compare it to a company like NIO. NIO is way ahead on development, and they already have products in market. But just look at the market cap. This NIO is only in China right now, only in Asia, and they only have a few vehicles. I understand this Solo is a concept that isn't proven yet, but I think the concept is there. NIO's trading at $25 billion market cap, over 10 times as much as Solo. I just think this Solo has so much room to grow. The market cap is tiny, and this thing could explode. Before we jump into the charts, before I put a price target and where I think this thing's headed, I just want to talk about that they did release a date for production. They have already started production. They started production of this Solo car on August 26th, so just a few days ago. That is great news. It is great news that we're making the necessary steps in the developmental process, and we're getting this Solo car to market sooner than later. All right, let's jump into the charts and talk about where I think this thing's headed. I'll put a price target on this Solo. I got the daily chart pulled up here, and we can see that this thing has made a pretty nice move over the last few months. It hit lows of 89 cents and then ran up with the EV sector strength and hit highs of $6. So like an 800% move there. That was a huge move, but it has since pulled back, giving us the opportunity to get in at a discount. I love that we're trading over this 200 EMA. We're coming right into it, giving us an excellent buying opportunity. Big hedge fund investors and institutional traders buy at the 200 EMA. You know why? Because that says you're getting it at a good price. You're getting a stock at a good price. If it's trading at or below the 200 EMA, historically, you're buying it at a good deal. Okay, so we're getting it at the 200 EMA. We're getting this stock at a discount from its recent highs. So I'm buying this thing full throttle. I'm buying all the way down if it keeps dropping. I'm in love with this solo. I'm not going to sell one share until we break over this $6 high. So I'm looking for a 200-300% move on this stock before I even sell one share of my position. And I think this thing has room to go to $10, $12, $15 over the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I think the potential is unlimited. It's not a proven concept. It is a speculative play. This is the kind of play that you put a little bit of money into, 3%, 2% of your portfolio, and it either makes you rich or it's just money that you took a shot on a company you have faith in, that you believed in, and it just didn't work out. So I'm going to put about 2-3% of my portfolio, my long-term high growth portfolio, in this solo stock, and I'm looking for at least $6 before I even think about taking any profit. I hope you guys got something from the video. I love all of you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. It really helps me out. Leave in the comment section your top penny stock that you're watching right now. I love to know what you guys are watching. You guys put me on some fire stocks recently, so I want to know what y'all are looking at. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Drop.